All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakodash, the one said apostles, a great millstone, and told me the truth. And blessings all you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. I'm that fellow servant Kanaka coming at you once again from GMS, Tampa Bay 12. And also Yahweh Shai, the Holy One. And I would like to thank Yahweh Bashim Shai for putting the spirit on me to do another lesson. As you can see, America is closing in on Iran. All right, and I got an article here just to pretty much give you an update and pretty much show you what's taking place and what's going on, why Iran is being targeted. And also, as we know, according to the plan of the elites, Iran was the last country that elites would go into use America to go into and invade. All right. But without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. It says, Washington making bad mistake by politicizing oil and using it as a weapon to Iran. Now, the thing was, there was a waiver set forth for people to continue to buy Iranian oil. And recently that those waivers were pulled away. And anyone that chooses to still purchase Iranian oil was threatened with sanctions. Okay, so I'm going to get right into this article. It says the United States will not be able to bring Iran's crude exports to zero. Now, exports means to send out. All right, so Iran, large majority of their country, their economy depends on sending out oil, exporting oil. All right, because Iran is heavily rich in oil. All right, so it says the United States will not be able to bring in Iran's crude oil export to zero. And that's what they plan on doing, threatening anyone that uses Iranian oil. They would face sanctions. All right, and by doing that, no one that would scare people from buying Iranian oil. And the petrodollar, Iran was going outside of the petrodollar to sell its oil, which is why, all right, they're being targeted. Anytime someone uses something other than a petrodollar, okay, United States invades them. Okay, and Iran is no different. It says Iran oil minister Bahan Zangani said the statement follows U.S. demands that buyers of Iranian oil stop purchases by May 1st or face sanctions. With all our power, we will work toward breaking America's sanctions, Zegnan said in Parliament, according to the Iranian Students News Agency. The Trump administration on Monday said it will not renew exemptions granted last year to buyers of Iranian oil. And this was granted last year just to show you how fast, things are speeding up, man. I could just remember like it was yesterday. All right, Trump, he gave vouchers, so to say, for people to continue. He extended contracts for people to continue to buy Iranian oil. All right. But as you can see, it said last year. So, the Lord's speeding things up. Things are moving fast. It says the Trump administration on Monday said it will not renew exemptions granted last year to buyers of Iranian oil, explaining the decision is intended to bring Iran's oil exports to zero. So pretty much to starve them out. All right. So they can't make money. United States to end sanctions waiver for countries importing Iranian oil. America has made a bad mistake by politicizing oil and using it as a weapon in the fragile state of the market. All right, skipping down, says U.S. Secretary of State of Mike Pompeo said the United States has been in constant discussions with allies and partners, including the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia, to find an alternative source of oil. He noted that the U.S. has taken Iran's oil exports to historic lows and was dramatically accelerating our pressure campaign while maintaining well-supplied global oil markets. And Saudi Arabia to stabilize oil market after the U.S. ends sanction waivers on Iranian crude. So pretty much what this is when they cut Iran off and they cut Venezuela off, all right, because Iran and Venezuela are not using the U.S. dollar to export their oil, to sell their oil, right? They're using other currencies. So what America is trying to do is prop up the U.S. petrodollar, All right, because the Saudis are going to use the United States petrodollar, and if the Saudis don't have competitors like Venezuela and Iran, heavy holders of crude oil, all right, that's less competition they have to compete with, and the countries will have to go to Saudi Arabia and yeah, pretty much Saudi Arabia, and they won't be able to go to Venezuela or go to Iran to buy oil. All right, so that's gonna pretty much pump out the U.S. dollar more, because in order to buy Saudi Arabia's oil, you have to use the petrodollar. All right, so that being said, I got something real quick to show you. It says Europe to pay Iran in euros for oil. All right, because Iran is not accepting, all right, the petrodollar, U.S. dollars, for exchange of their oil. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to the article to show you something really quick. This is Iranian oil bourse. All right, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but the Iranian oil bourse, international oil bourse, Iran Petroleum Exchange, Kish Exchange, or Oil Bourse in Kish. The official English language name is unclear. Also known as Iranian Crude Oil Exchange, is a commodity exchange which opened its first phase on the 17th of February 2008. It was created by corporations between Iran Ministries and Iranian Mercantile Exchange and other state and private institutions in 2005. The history of Iran Mercantile Exchange and its links with the international trading floor of crude oil and petrochemical products in Kishlan have been published. The IOB is intended as an oil burst of petroleum, petrochemicals, and gas in various currencies. Now notice it said in various currencies other than the United States dollar. All right, primarily the euro, the Iranian rial, and the basket of the major non-U.S. currencies. The geographical location is at the Persian Gulf island in Kish, which is designated by Iran as a free trade zone. All right. During 2007, Iran asked its petroleum customers to pay in non-U.S. dollar currencies. By December 8th, 2007, Iran reported to have converted all of its oil export payments to non-dollar currencies. All right. So that's why America is targeting Iran. Okay, let me go back to this article. America is targeting Iran because they're not using the U.S. dollar to sell their oil. Now that puts the dollar at risk, So America is going to target them like they did Libya, like they did Gaddafi, okay, and other various countries that did not sell their oil in the U.S. dollars. So the Saudis is going to take Iran's place, okay, to stabilize the oil market. All right, because Iran is putting out millions of barrels of oil into the market daily. So if you take Iran out of the oil market, all right, that's why gas prices slightly raised, all right, recently, because Iran was cut off from the global oil market due to the sanctions. Okay, so the Saudis is going to use the U.S. dollar, which is the U.S. Desperate attempt to prop up the U.S. dollar, the petrodollar, because people are using other currencies besides the U.S. dollar to sell their oil. All right. So I'm gonna go back to this. So this is why Iran is being targeted, okay? Because they're not using the U.S. dollar. All right. So during 2007, Iran asked its petroleum customers to pay in non-U.S. dollar currencies. By December 8, 2007, Iran reported to have converted all of its oil exports payments to non-dollar currencies. All right. So that's why Iran is being targeted, because it's killing the petrodollar. So we're going to go back to this article from 2018. It says Europe to pay Iran in euros for oil, abandoning the dollar. You know why? Because Iran won't accept the U.S. dollar. It says European countries are considering. Now this is this is beautiful right here. European countries, so that's plural. All right, which your European countries are American allies. Okay, so European countries are considering dumping the dollar in favor of the euro when it comes to making payments to Iran for its crude oil. Russian media reported Wednesday, citing a diplomatic source who had knowledge of the development. Since President Donald Trump pulled the United States out of the Iran nuclear deal May 8th, formerly known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, European nations who were also part of the deal have been working with Iran to prevent it from collapsing. Okay? Because Iran is not accepting, okay? Iran is not accepting US dollars, all right, for its oil. All right, since 2007. All right, Iran has asked this, and this is the called the IOB. All right, it was created by cooperation between Iran Ministries and Iran Mercantile Exchange. All right, so the IOB is intended as an oil burst of petroleum, all right, petrochemicals and gas in various currencies other than the United States dollar. So they're not using the US dollar, which is why they're being targeted here. Okay. Washington making bad mistake by politicizing oil, using it as a weapon to Tehran. And all they're going to do is these other countries are going to continue buying Iranian oil. They're just going to use other currencies. Okay. And this is just a U.S. desperate attempt to prop up the petrodollar, because when the Saudis export their oil, they're going to use the U.S. dollar, okay? But since Iran isn't, all right, it's a threat to the dollar. So I'm gonna get a precept, because pretty much what this is going to bring in, this is just going to bring in the Third World War. And I got a quick precept here, and I'm gonna close out. This is Revelation 11 and 14. It says, the second woe is past, Slakia, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So woe represents destruction. All right, so this Third World War is going to start, right? Which is Iran was the last country that they want, okay? But it's not going to happen according to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. All right, Russia is going to protect them. And these countries are going to continue, as you can see here. Where is right here? It says European countries are considering dumping the dollar in favor of the euro when it comes to making payments of Iran crude oil. So America allies is going to continue to buy this oil. These countries are going to continue to do it. They're just going to dump the U.S. dollar, plain and simple. All right, so with that, man, Lord willing, you're edified. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. That one to the apostles, a great millstone, taught me its truth. And blessings to all you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. Shalom.